Okay, we're back at it on Chem 110B, Chapter 9. These are acids and bases, pages 144 through 146, example 9D, or exercises 9D. Remember, you must memorize the 7 strong acids and the 7 strong bases if you plan on doing well on this next exam, because if you can identify the 7 strong acids, then you know what all the acids are, because every other one, the rest, are weak acids. And therefore you can know what all the acids do. And remember, every acid is something that forms H plus in solution. And if you know the 7 strong bases, NH3 is the weak base that we will deal with in this class. That means you know what all the weak bases are dealing with. And remember, bases are things that form OH minus in solution. Another way to think about acids and bases in acid-base reactions is that acids are the ones that lose or donate the H plus, and the bases are the ones that add or accept the H plus. So acids give their H pluses to the bases. Okay? So these problems are just as easy as anything. This is exercise 9D. Which of the following reactants, which means it's the left-hand side, right, is the acid and which is acting as the base? So basically what you want to do is follow the bouncing H plus. Try to decide what's going on with the H pluses. Notice that you can't just say, well, whichever one starts with H is the acid, or whichever one has H in it is the acid, because you can't tell from here. But you should be able to tell what each of these turns into in the process of the reaction. HNO3 turns into that stuff, doesn't it? The NO3 minus. And H2O turns into H3O plus. How did that happen? Well, this had an H and a plus, and it lost it because it no longer has the H, and when it loses a plus, it's left with a minus 1. So this guy lost H plus in the process of the reaction, so therefore it's the acid, which is not surprising because HNO3 is one of your 7 strong acids. What happened to the water? Started off with 2 H's, ended up with 3. Started off with a 0 charge, ended up with a plus 1. So it gained an H plus. Anybody that gains an H plus is considered a base. So the acid is the HNO3, the base is the H2O in this particular reaction. Let's jump down to this one just for fun. Part C says that and that. Oh, so water. So you may think that water is always a base. Well, let's take a look. Always best to just go through the process. NH3 turns into NH4 plus, and H2O turns into OH minus. The N's stay with the N's. Okay, so NH3, 3 H's, now it has 4 H's and a plus. That added an H plus, right? If it added an H plus, that makes it the base. Sure, NH3 is a weak base, but a base nonetheless. H2O started with 2 H's, now has 1. Started 0 charge, ended up minus 1, so this guy lost an H plus. If you lose H plus, that makes you the acid. Alright, one more to go. You can't look at charges either. Everybody has a whole bunch of charges here, so what's going on? This guy turned into that one, yes? The C's stayed together. And that guy turned into that one, the P's. How did that happen? This had 1 H, ended up with 2, so it gained an H plus. That means it has to be the base, right? 2 H's down to 1, so it lost an H, and it lost a plus. So that's got to be the acid. The whole thing is the acid. H2PO4 minus 1. HCO3 minus 1 is the base. That's all you need to do to be good at 9D. That's like printing your own mastery points. Come on, you can do that.